Hello, Aquarius. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your predictions for June 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you are an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or Venus placement, then odds are this reading is for you. Keep in mind, my friends, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. Just take the messages if they fit and how they fit. And of course, leave the ones that don't align with your current journey because it just simply means it's a message for someone else watching. And if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimeline.tarot.com, for more information. With all of that said, my aqua babies, let's begin. Tapping into the Aquarius collective now. What do they need to know for June 2025 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle now, please, Anne. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, my dear, we have the King of Wands. In the top row, we have the Five of Swords, followed by the High Priestess, and then the World card. King of Wands is being clarified by 10 of Wands, not clarified, flanked by 10 of Wands and Page of Cups. And in the bottom row, we have the Emperor, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck is a little sneak peek now into July. We have the Hermit, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. And looking now into August, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. And that Tower is further clarified by the Hierophant. New love or new job here is on the horizon for the Aquarius collective. Let's clarify these cards with the After Tarot deck. Now, the cards in this deck have a slightly different meaning and message than the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck that we've all come to know and love. So I'll give you the breakdown of those meanings and those messages as we move through your reading. But I just want to clarify this for you first. So let's clarify these cards now for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for June 2025. We are clarifying the Five of Swords, the High Priestess, the World, the Ten of Wands, the King of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Emperor, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Let's get one more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. Five of Wands, clarified by Knight of Pentacles. The High Priestess, clarified by the Ten of Swords. The World, clarified by the Tower. Wow. I typically don't clarify the clarifiers. I might clarify that Tower. We'll see what comes out further. Ten of Wands, clarified by Three of Pentacles. King of Wands, clarified by Six of Pentacles. Page of Cups, clarified by the Devil. The Emperor, clarified by the Nine of Cups. Seven of Pentacles, clarified by Eight of Swords. Six of Wands, clarified by the Chariot. The Aquarius collective is definitely shifting and on the move. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. I was just going to say April. I feel like something happened in April, which is very significant for someone watching. But anyway, I have Temperance, I have Four Cups, and I have Six of Wands. Lots of reoccurring cards here. Bottom of the deck, looking into August. Five of Cups, Ace of Cups, which we have here in July, and Eight of Pentacles. That leaves the King of Swords, your energy, my darling, at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's begin to clarify. The heart of your spread here, we have the King of Wands and we have the Six of Pentacles. This is your overall energy for the entire month of June. The overall energy here for the Aquarius collective is, I need to do something now. Not yesterday, not a year from now, right? The King of Wands is an individual who is the energy of an individual who wants to take action on their own behalf. They're looking at their long-term goals. They have a vision. This is the energy of an individual who's hell-bent on achieving obstacles or hell-bent on achieving their goals, overcoming any obstacles. It's like I have a plan in sight or a vision for my life or the direction I want to move forward in. And I want to be able to take action on behalf of myself and my future now. There's a particular situation, environment, or connection in your life that has left you feeling uneasy. And I say that because this is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Six of Pentacles depicts an individual. And now this individual can be anything or anyone to you. It could be a job. It could be a lover. It could be a friend. So, it's a collective general reading. I want you to take it how it resonates for you. But in that original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, you have the Merchant, who is, they're reserving a pentacle for themselves and then giving Three Pentacles to one individual and Two Pentacles to another. I feel like you were one of those individuals. You're either the one receiving Three or receiving Two Pentacles. there's a realization here by you that something is not fair, right? That you should be receiving more, or you shouldn't have to fight or beg for pentacles from this merchant, right? Whoever the merchant is to you in your life. And so I see you wanting to take action here to move away or to disengage from this individual, because in the After Tarot deck, one of the individuals who was kind of begging or pleading or maybe even settling for less has decided to walk away. And I feel like this is you, because again, this is clarifying the King of Wands. So it's almost like I no longer want to be part of this situation, environment, or connection, which I feel is breadcrumbing me, or if this is a job not paying me what I'm worth, or if it's a lover not giving to me equally, you know, the same love or attention or affection that I'm giving them. So I've tapped into a group of you where you're dealing with something or someone who's giving you far less. You finally now know your worth, and you want to take action on disengaging or moving away from that entity as fast as you can. So to give you a quick rundown how I have the 9-card spread laid out for the month of June. The first row here would be like the first 10 days of the month. The middle portion would be the middle portion of the month. And then this last row here would be like the last 10 days of June. So you're starting off the month almost having a headache is the feeling I get with the 5 of Swords, because you're having a lot of thoughts here. I don't feel like this is an argument you're having with someone else. It could be because you're in your thoughts because of an argument or a discussion, like a disagreement that you've had with someone, but it's left you up in your head because, again, the overall feeling here is I need to depart from whomever or whatever this is, but I'm getting 2 messages here for you. For some of you, you really don't want to depart. You're just hoping that things can be rectified and brought back into balance. For others of you, you're hell-bent on departing, but you're not quite sure when or how to do it, but you're getting this itchy feeling of like, I need to do it. Either way, regardless, you know, whether you are in camp 1 or camp 2, it's still a slow move in that Knight of Pentacles energy. So either I need to work on, in some way, somehow, rebalancing this situation, environment, or connection. And in that respect, 5 of Swords, kind of having a headache over it. I don't really know how to go about doing that. Or I really need to take action to move away from the situation, environment, or connection. But again, I don't really know how or when to do that either. Or if I have decided that I am going to do that, I just know it's going to take me some time. So that's why there's almost like an anxious feeling here of either wanting to correct this or disengage from it. But either way, it's like, I know it's not something that can happen overnight, Knight of Pentacles energy, but damn it, if I could have fixed this or moved away from this yesterday, I would have done that too. So there's a little anxious feeling here. We have the High Priestess next to the 10 of Swords. I feel like you intuitively know that this situation, environment, or connection needs to come to an end. Now, I'm going to leave it up to each of you about whether that means the way we've been doing this imbalanced connection or situation or environment needs to come to an end so we can rebirth it in a new way, or it needs to come to an end completely. And then I need to find another job or another friend or living situation or maybe even lover down the line. So you take it how it resonates to you, but you intuitively know that at least the way we have been doing things here is over. Like, I can't go back to receiving less than what I feel I deserve. So either something has to change here so it can be rebalanced, recalibrated, or I'm out. So you intuitively know this. Even if this is like a lover, let's say, that you want to return to, you know that as much as you want to be with that person, the breadcrumbing needs to end. So it's almost like I'll only go back almost if I can be assured that that won't happen again. For others of you where this is like career and finance, you know that this is over. Between June 1st and June 10th, you know that the job is no longer sustainable for you on a long-term basis. I think you're keeping it to yourself. I certainly don't think that you're on the spot quitting. At least most of you won't do that. But there definitely is here this feeling of then I need to figure out the next job or where I'm applying or what I'm doing next. Either way, you're keeping it to yourself, whether it's the relationship needs to end, the job needs to end, something needs to be recalibrated here, rebalanced because the way we've been doing it needs to end. I kind of feel like you're keeping it to yourself. And then right around June 10th, there appears to be something here in regards to an ending. The Tower to the World card. I typically, like I said, don't clarify that, but I want to, because I want to see if for some of you it is an actual abrupt ending that maybe you don't see coming. Or maybe for some of you, you're actually triggering. So tell me about this Tower to the World card. I'm going to get 3 cards from each of the decks here for you. What is this Tower to the World card? So this is happening on or around June 10th. What is this all about? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Tower to the World card. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords. That leaves at the bottom of the deck the Moon. Clarify now with the After Tarot deck. So there seems to be a spirited discussion in that 5 of Wands energy. A spirited discussion about the lack of equal reciprocity in this connection. The one that you have already identified, and maybe you kind of been keeping it to yourself. So on or around June 10th, there's, like I said, it's a spirited discussion in 5 of Wands. This is not 5 of Swords fighting. Again, I think the 5 of Swords here was more mental for you. It's a feeling that I'm getting. But this isn't like throwing insults at one another and mother effing one another and all of that stuff. This is a spirited discussion about my hands are tied. I really want to stay in the situation, environment, or connection, but there needs to be a more equal exchange here of give and take, whether that is you telling your employer that you want to be compensated fairly, or you telling the friend, family member, or lover that they need to start giving to you what you give to them. There's definitely a spirited discussion. I don't think some of you are expecting it, to be quite honest, or maybe you are expecting it, but you're not expecting it to I don't want to say end. You're not expecting it to go the way it's about to go. So let's look in the After Tarot deck to see how it will actually play out for you. How does this play out here for Aquarius? I was just going to say Cancer. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Cancer, or this has something to do with Cancerian season. These fell out face down. I'm just going to look at them. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like you and this person are speaking... it's like you're very equal to one another, regardless of who this is, friend, family member, lover, boss, you know. There is a king to a queen discussion here. So it's not like one is talking down to the other or anything like that. And the 9 of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck is someone who's enjoying the fruits of their labor. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that you will enjoy this spirited discussion with this individual. And it appears that both of you are seeing one another and speaking to one another as equals. Tell me more about the outcome here for Aquarius. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. So the outcome, we have the Emperor, we have the 2 of Cups, and we have Justice. Wow, good on you. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. So let's say you're sitting down with your boss on or around June 10th. You know, I don't know what this is for you. You want to make more money. You were promised a raise 6 months ago and you never received it. There's been talks about promotion, but then it kind of went nowhere. If you're sitting down with the boss, again, it's a spirited discussion about financial equal reciprocity or equality in the workplace. And I do feel like you're conveying to this person with this 8 of Swords card, like, my hands are tied. I want to do something about this, but I'm not quite sure what. Now, this boss could also say to you, I want to do something about this too to help you out, but my hands are tied. So that could be a shared feeling for some of you watching, where you both want to improve the situation on the job front, but neither of you really know how to like move forward and how to make that happen. Same thing if this is a friend, family member, or lover, because look what happens. We have Emperor to the 2 of Cups to Justice. So there's a decision here. And I'm not talking down to the women, to feminine energy. Please don't think that. But there seems to be a decision here on the part of the masculine. Now, you could be a feminine and leaning into your masculine energy, okay? We both embody both. But there seems to be the direction here that is taken, or the decision here that's taken is being more heavily influenced by the masculine, who says, look, 2 of Cups, you and I need to work together on this, on making sure you get that raise or, you know, that promotion, if this is work related. I want us to work together to rebuild this relationship. Someone has taken the authoritative control to try to restore equality, right? This is the Justice card. So this is Libra energy. This is all about equality and fairness. So there's someone leaning into their masculine energy, trying to take control, but I don't mean that in a bad way, of saying, I want to salvage this connection between us. Now let's work together to find the most fair and balanced way to make that happen. That's the part that I don't think you see coming, because in the 8 of Swords, you're blindfolded. So I don't think you see that coming. I think the reason why we have the Tower to the World card is the way this situation, environment, or connection was occurring for you up until this stage ends. I think moving forward, yeah, we totally have 2 energies, 2 entities coming together to rebuild the Tower, to rebuild what was broken down here. Both of you, again, are looking at one another as equals and knowing I need you as much as you need me. I love that. And so when we're looking at that King of Wands to the Six of Pentacles, yeah, I do believe that you are no longer being breadcrumbed in whatever situation, environment, or connection this is. So there seems to be more of a sense of ease here in the middle portion of the month. So from like June 11th until like June 19th, June 20th, something like that, there's a more, okay, I'm glad we had that discussion. We're now on the same page, right? 10 of Wands to the 3 of Pentacles. All that burden that you are feeling in regards to the situation, environment, or connection are dropped, because in the After Tarot deck, the 3 of Pentacles, you and this individual are coming together to start collaborating and working on restoring equality or some type of fair and balance here, or maybe even reciprocity to the connection. And you're already starting to see improvements here. Like in the After Tarot deck, the 3 of Pentacles, the person is admiring the sculpture that is completed. So I feel like you and this person will be working on this together, and there's already a sense of satisfaction that things have changed here. We're actually working together now on this. And so flanking the other side of this King of Wands to the Six of Pentacles, we have the Page of Cups to the Devil. I can't tell you how much I love this for you, because the Page of Cups is an apology. Now, this could be equal exchange between you and this person. Say, you know, looking back now over, at this point, I'll be like looking back at the past 2 weeks of the month and saying, wow, I'm really glad that you were able to work on this with me, because I really like where we're at now. I didn't like where we were at before, but I like what we're building or rebuilding now, because especially after the Tower, to see the 3 of Pentacles is like you're now rebuilding the foundation on this, and it's much more structured and stable moving forward. So there could be an exchange here of like apologies, or I'm so glad that we were able to work on this together. And then you have the Devil. But, you know, in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Devil shows 2 individuals chained to the Devil, or at least chained to the podium that the Devil is like residing over or presiding over. But in the After Tarot deck, the shackles are broken. So I feel like whatever toxicity was plaguing the situation, environment, or connection seems to be absolved or resolved at this point. There is an exchange here of apologies. There seems to be more lightheartedness that's entering the connection. For those of you where this is a romantic connection, it looks like a spark is rebuilding. Again, you are rebuilding the relationship here from the ground up, but this time around, it's not toxic. So I like this for you a lot. And then we look into the final 10 days of the month. This is great. Emperor to the 9 of Cups. I mean, I think you're feeling very balanced and very satisfied with the fruits of your labor. In the After Tarot deck, in the 9 of Cups, this person is enjoying a feast. So I feel like it's almost like a look back over the past 3 weeks, or 3 weeks of the month, and going, wow, I really did not expect to be here. I didn't expect to get the raise or the promotion. I didn't expect my boss to come through for me. I didn't expect to reconnect with this individual. There just seems to be this, I don't know, this feeling of contentment. I mean, look at the Emperor's face. It's like thinking back, like, wow, I really came a long way. And I can't believe all of that crap just happened in the last 3 weeks. But I'm really happy where I'm currently at. 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Swords. Again, I like this. You're reinvesting in the situation, environment, or connection. The 8 of Swords, typically I say, is the like a minor arcana card, basically, to the Devil card, because when we're in the 8 of Swords or even nine of Swords, it's like the lower octave of the Devil, right? Because you're not thinking of something over and over again because it's pleasant. You're repeating in your mind this negative cycle of thinking about all of the negative attributes of the situation, environment, or connection. And it plagues you, right? All day long while you're washing dishes, in the shower, et cetera, et cetera. But in the After Tarot deck, you're free of the worry. So again, it's this overall feeling of, oh my God, I cannot believe how much I was able to accomplish or get done or reunite with this person or recalibrate this connection. You definitely are not returning to the way things were done before, meaning accepting less than what you rightfully and knowingly, you deserve. And then 6 of Wands to the Chariot, victory on top of victory. So right around the June 30th mark, you're entering Cancerian season, very happy, very content. Watch your ego a little bit, I will say, because you will feel like you are on cloud 9. You're ending the month the way you did not begin the month, right? You began the month with, I need to get the hell out of this situation, environment, or connection, but I don't know how and I don't know when, and I'm plagued with headaches thinking about all of this. And you're ending the month with, wow, I played this just right. You did. If this was chess, you played it just right, because your victory to victory is unbelievable. So then we take a little sneak peek now into July. You have the Hermit, you have the Ace of Cups, and you have the Two of Pentacles. I want you to claim this how you want. This could be your love connection being rebalanced and recalibrated here. And by the time you get into the month of July, maybe like the second week of July, you and your person here are discussing long-term goals for this relationship, really taking it to a higher level of commitment, continuing to work on or build on this new balanced connection that the two of you have. You might have to do a little soul searching when it comes to this, Aquarius, because your person may actually want to advance the relationship maybe a little faster than you do. And because of what you've gone through with this person, and now it's only been a few weeks of it going well, you might be a little hesitant to say, yeah, let's move in next week, or let's get married, 3 months from now. So I kind of get the feeling here, like at this stage, your person may want to start moving the connection forward. But what I like about it is they went from being someone who maybe wasn't completely committed to you, or maybe afraid of commitment, to actually now wanting it. And that might scare you off a little bit because of what you've gone through in the past. For others of you, if this is work related, this could be your job coming and talking to you about another position that you qualify for. This could be an offer here for some other different type of position within the company, or maybe even an increase in your pay there with the Two of Pentacles energy. So almost could be like a job review, or the two of you coming together and saying, okay, it's been about a month since we discussed that and we rebalanced it. How do you feel about it? How do I feel about it? So it could just be a recheck in to make sure you're as happy with the progress as they are. For others of you, I'm going to throw this message out there. It's very possible you have a relationship end. Now, I don't see that in the cards, and I don't feel that in the energy. But if by chance the relationship is over and this does not play out for you, which again, I highly doubt, because when I tap into the energy for a zodiac sign, I'm drawing upon the collective, which means the majority. But let's say for someone watching, you are in the minority, that this would be reconciliation in July between you and your love partner. And if you're totally single, this would be new love coming into your life in July. So it's a collective general reading. I want you to claim this how you see fit. For others of you, things work out great at work, right? You rebalance and then you have new love. Or it could be the other way around. You recalibrate this relationship with your person and everything is great. And now you have a new financial opportunity that crosses your path. So again, I can't read anything negative here. Not that I'm the type of tarot reader who looks for the negative, but I kind of do, because if I'm just going to sit here and candy coat everything that I give you, at some point you're going to stop watching the readings because you're going to be like, this woman's full of shit, So I try to keep it as real as I can. I don't see anything negative here. So I'm going to tell you, as someone watching a collective reading, to claim this however you want, but I see nothing but victory here for you. Even in the after tarot deck, we have the Temperance to the Four of Cups to the Six of Wands. So there might be a little bit of disappointment with whatever situation, environment, or connection this is in the month of July, but you're rebounding very quickly. So maybe there is a hiccup or a disagreement or something like that, but you're still victorious. You're ending June being victorious with this situation, environment, or connection, and you're ending July being victorious with this situation, environment, or connection. Remember, whatever that conversation is here, I don't think you're realizing how positive or beneficial it will be with this individual. It does. The conversation ends with the Ace of Pentacles, which is the most solid ace in tarot. So whether this is, the job, the raise, the commission, the relationship coming back together again, an offer of reconciliation, it's solid and it's pure. We have the Emperor to the Empress. So this was, remember, clarifying that Tower card. So this is a beautiful union coming together, whether it's professional, personal, or even, platonic or romantic or anything like that. So really hard for me to read this in a negative way. If we're looking into August a little bit, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, the Five of Cups in this deck is very different. This person is looking at opportunity. So I just don't see this as a negative reading. The opportunity is love, new love, maybe a new job, a new relationship. You've got two Ace of Cups here for July and for August. I'm not saying everything will be rainbows and unicorns from here on out, but really hard to read this in a negative way. So if you're a cross watcher who doesn't like Aquarius, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, even in August, we've got Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Tower. And please don't accuse me of being Aquarius because I'm not Aquarius. My person's not an Aquarius, so I'm not misreading these cards. Even this, I mean, Nine of Pentacles in August, you're feeling good, independent, whether you're with someone or not, you're feeling good in your skin. I mean, at this point, you may be taking better care of yourself, doing your hair differently, maybe exercising, buying yourself new wardrobe. There's definitely a feeling here of being more financially abundant in the month of August. You then have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, new job, new financial opportunity, the relationship going from cup level to pentacle level, which is something more solid. So again, this could be you and your person talking about moving in together, getting married, higher level of commitment. And then you've got the Tower. I don't think you see this Ace of Pentacles coming for those of you where this is a love relationship. I'll clarify that Tower, which, I mean, energy is fluid, and now at this point we're looking 60 to 7 days out, 60 to 70 days out, but let's just see. Tower to the Ace of Pentacles. What is this all about? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What is this all about? Judgment, Seven of Wands, Ace of Wands. I mean, come on. This is great. Whatever this is for you, a judgment call is being made here to move the relationship forward. And it is a discussion. Seven of Wands plus the wand in the Ace of Wands is 8 wands. So this is a discussion about moving forward at work, in a relationship, in a friendship, in a love ship. Again, you claim it how you want. You got hangman energy here. For some of you, you're keeping the job, you're meeting a love partner, and you're deciding in August to start your own business. I mean, things can literally move that fast for you, Aquarius. And I expected it. I expected to see this for the majority of Aquarians ever since Pluto entered your sign. I just, now that everything is shifting, we're starting to feel more of the Aries fire actually for all 12 zodiac signs of like, now it's time to get things done. So a lot of things that have been stuck and stagnant in your life, whether it's financial or love or relocating, things will start picking up speed here, no doubt. So this is a fantastic reading. I would claim this however you want. This is a highly, highly claimable reading for any Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We'll close it out with some oracle cards and then some kippers. The card that came out said no more complaining. Yeah, again, I'm not saying it's rainbows and unicorns, but maybe from here on out, there's not much to complain about when it comes to this situation, because it looks like you and this counterpart are able to resolve your issues. And with that Seven of Wands card there, you know, maybe the one thing that was needed here was respect for one another's boundaries. That very well could be it as well. And, you know, my grandfather used to say fences make for good neighbors. I'm a firm believer that boundaries make for good connections, regardless of, you know, who the person or people are in our life. Can I have one card here, please, for Aquarius for the first 10 days? You have donations, charitable work here. It says it's a good time for you to reorganize. It's a good time for you to maybe devote some of your time or energy or supplies into other resources to help others who are less fortunate than you. So that could be something that you're contemplating. Maybe for some of you, you actually work in the charitable work industry. You know, maybe that's part of what you do. This could also be telling you it's a good time for you to maybe look into volunteering in your local community on how you can help others who are less fortunate. Can I have one card here for the middle portion of the month, please? And thank you. Words of abundance. Yeah, I would definitely call this in. We have a new moon in Cancer on June 25th. I would call in the new. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's situation in a loving and optimistic way. That way you can attract for yourself and for others. So for example, let's say you want to have a new love partner. When you're asking in this new moon energy, you're calling in a new love partner for yourself. You could also say, and I hope for individuals in the world who desire a love partner, that you also help to bring them their divine counterpart or their next soulmate, something like that. And I tend to do that a lot too in my new moon manifestations. If I'm calling in for financial abundance, I always ask to also ease the financial burdens of others. So that might be something a little different that you want to do, like to incorporate in your manifestations moving forward. And let's get one card now, please, for the final 10 days of the month for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You have Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it all begins by asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God or who you ask for help. And I always say that it doesn't matter what you call it, right? God, Muhammad, Jesus, the universe, the divine, that relationship you have with that spiritual entity is between you and them. So whoever it is that you ask, it's time for you to ask, okay? And it says that the same holds true when clearly asking others to assist you. So for those of you where you're meeting with someone to discuss an issue here, there's a need for you. I mean, you don't have to do it, to also say, this is how this situation has been negatively affecting me, and this is what I need in order to stay, or this is what needs to happen in order for me to be content here. So yeah, be very clear with what it is that you're asking for, whether you're asking the divine for some type of manifestation or you're talking to this counterpart. There seems to be something here about being very clear and concise with your communication when you're asking for assistance or help or a manifestation. And then we'll get 3 cards from this oracle deck. So let's get 3 for Aquarius here. First 10 days, middle portion of the month, and then the final 10 days for my Aqua babies. Okay. Middle portion of the month. Wow. Divine intervention here. Open communication. I was just saying that. Okay. I get so excited when a message is like, I don't know, like the divine doubles down on the message. Your first 10 days, care and compassion. Choose to be love. So if you're having this conversation with this person, you can be direct and to the point. Remember, whether you're masculine or feminine, you technically are the King of Swords in tarot. Libra being the queen, and Gemini sun card here being the knight. So there is something here about you being unemotional, but very factual in your communication here, okay? So speak from a place of love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Remember, I talked about compromising, and offer a helping hand. So what can I do to help rectify this situation or to make it more balanced for you and for I? Middle portion of the month, we have intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is now occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. So I feel like whatever happened, played out here, where maybe you thought you're about to lose the job or quit, or you're about to lose the partner or something like that, or lose a friend, that had to happen in order for you to rebuild this new foundation. Because if it would have stayed the way it was, you would have walked out on it. And it wasn't intended for you to walk out on whomever, whatever this is, at least not right now, right? The future is a different thing. But there was a lesson here that you had to learn, and believe it or not, this other entity had to learn. So this all had to come crashing down or close to it in order for you to now learn that lesson. They've learned that lesson, and now you can rebuild together in a more positive way. And the final 10 days of the month, you have the Mercury card, open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love. Again, it's speak up with love. Like, don't be a jerk about it and be heard. So keeping open communication, even moving into the future with this entity. Again, just to always make sure the two of you are on the same page. We'll close it out now with 2 kippers for each of the thirds. This was a very pleasurable reading for you, Aquarius. Many of them have been very difficult. For the month of June, yours seems to be very uplifting and very positive. So again, please claim this how you see fit. Let's get 2 kippers now for the first 10 days. Thank you. And another one. Thank you. We have community and we have gift. This is coming together and working with this person or these people. There is something here about that gift exchange. Remember, we saw also that Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. There is something here about exchanging of a gift. So maybe you receive a raise, or you receive a bonus, or your boss takes you out to lunch when you're having this discussion, or you're coming together with this individual. Maybe the two of you are exchanging gifts. Maybe you just realize that whoever this is, they are a gift to you. So again, you claim that how you want, but again, it's a very, very positive message. Sometimes I get haters in the comments section for Aquarius, so I'm guessing this reading might trigger a few people, maybe some of your exes that are watching. I don't know, maybe some coworkers who don't typically like you might be triggered by this, but this is exceptionally positive. And I think it's about time, because I think the Aquarius collective has been pretty silent on all the crap they've been dealing with. Just as I said that, what fell out of the deck, false person. I think for some of you, you had someone sabotaging a situation, environment, or a connection. And I don't know why that is. And, you know, if that doesn't apply to you, then don't take it. But there is someone in your energy that looks at you as being privileged lady, privileged man. And I feel like this person is a false person. I'm going to clarify this further. We're not too bad on timing. You have someone in your energy. They're not going to be too happy when this ends up going in your favor. Okay? Yeah, look, coffin. Thoughts. This person thought this would be the end of your relationship, the end of your friendship, the end of your job. And instead, that's not what happened at all. So just be mindful of that. Who is this person? I'm just going to pull 3 cards. Identifiers here for the false person. This person may actually be revealed to you right around the 8th of the month. Or maybe you figure it out by then, or maybe they show themselves by then. Who's the false person? One more shuffle. Yeah, this person did not think you would be able to work this out. 10 of Swords, someone who was backstabbing you, betraying, lying, being underhanded behind the scenes, trying to mess up this situation, environment, or connection for you. The Star card and the Hierophant. This is almost like a divination abuser. This was someone who was hoping and praying that this would not work out for you. This could be a higher up at work. This could be someone within your job, right? The Hierophant could be in a current finance reading, the Hierophant is the corporation or entity you work for. So it could be someone you work with. For those of you where you were previously married, this could be your ex-husband or your ex-wife who just was hoping this wouldn't work out for you. I've got Lovers at the bottom of the deck, to the Magician, to the Fool card. Look, it's possible that you or your person are involved with another person. That's probably 1 or 2 people talking. But whoever has the spouse here was hoping and praying that this connection would end. I don't see it ending. And I'm not condoning third party and cheating, so don't come at me in the comments. But it appears someone here, again, probably for one person watching, either you or your person may have another person, could possibly be a spouse. That person was almost hoping and praying that they were able to sabotage this connection, or they've been manifesting an ending to the connection. Again, it doesn't look like that's what's happening. Remember, we saw Emperor, Empress, the Justice card, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So I don't see that happening. For others of you, this is someone at work. Just keep that in mind. There's a lot of envy and jealousy coming off of here. So whoever this is someone who just didn't want this to work out in your favor. Let's get 2 cards now, please, for the final 10 days of the month for Aquarius. Thank you. Thank you. Well, this card came out upside down. We have great fortune. Yeah, it's right under false person, so you can't make it up. This person's plan, whatever they thought they were going to get by you losing your job or you walking away from this person, did not pan out for them. There's no great fortune here for this person. And then we have expectation. I think they were expecting it. They were expecting it to be the end of your job, the end of this relationship, the end of this commitment, the end of this friendship. Absolutely. The Aquarius Collective has a saboteur here. It's up to you to figure out who that is. Most of you know who it is. This person did something and then sat back and watched, waiting to see if it would happen. Now they are in despair because it did not happen. Yep, look at that. They're in despair because something changed. Something, look, you're rebuilding the tower with the House card. We've got a mature man here. So whether you're the mature man, you're the mature woman, you played it differently. I think I said before you were playing chess. There's something here like you play chess, this person played checkers, and guess who won? Not them. Just take that message if it resonates to you. But when this person finds out that you're still with this person, or you met a new person, or everything went smoothly at work, or you and your friend decided not to end the connection, yeah, this person's in despair. I think they were hoping for this to affect you negatively, and it turns out it didn't. You actually rose to the occasion and you made a change here. You rebuilt that House card, you rebuilt that tower, or you're in the process of doing it. And this person just didn't expect that. That's what I have for you, Aquarius, for June 2025. If you like these messages, they resonated with you, or you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for all of you again, have a fantastic month. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.